大家好，我是廖左二，这是一点甜。快过春节了，所以我今天教你们怎么做糖醋鱼。这是我的第一次做鱼，所以我真不知道我做的鱼会不会好吃。Let's find out together. 3、2、1，开始。我们先去超市。We already had most of the ingredients, but we came for 甜面酱、豆瓣酱, and of course the main ingredient, 鱼. Technically, the type of yu matters as well. The first character in the Chinese word for crucian carp is ji, which sounds like the Chinese word for good luck, ji. So eating crucian carp is believed to bring good luck. The first character in Chinese for mud carp is li, which sounds like the Chinese word for presents, li. So eating mud carp is believed to bring good fortune. Catfish or nianyu in Chinese sounds like the Chinese word for year and abundance, so eating catfish is believed to bring surplus. However, I couldn't find these fish at the market, so I settled for some fresh perch instead. Now it's time to prepare our yu. We'll use our dao to cut 3 slits on each side of the yu and into the middle. We will sprinkle yan on each side of our yu and into the middle of it. Then we will pour shaoxingjiu on each side of the yu, as well as in the middle. We will do the same using baihujiao. We will take our jiang and cut it into slices and stuff it into the yu. Now, the next ingredient needed is qingcong. We have a little indoor garden where we happen to be growing some qingcong, so welcome. And we'll just cut some to use it and stuff it into our yu. We are going to add some more yan and baihujiao before letting the yu sit by the side to marinate for 30分钟. Hey Siri, set a 30-minute timer. While letting the yu marinate, we will work on the tofu. We'll start by slicing the tofu into smaller rectangles and placing the slices into a bowl of shui. Then we'll start slicing some more qingcong, jiang, as well as some suan. On the side, we'll also be cooking some bai fan. After the yu is finished marinating, we can take out the jiang and qingcong that we had previously stuffed into the yu. Using a paper towel, we will dry the yu since we will be putting it in oil next. Now we will heat up a wok with some cooking oil. We can test if it is ready by putting a wooden chopstick into the oil and seeing if bubbles form in the oil. When ready, we can put the yu into the wok and keep spooning oil on top of the yu so it cooks to golden brown on both sides. While on the topic, why do Chinese people eat fish during Lunar New Year anyways? Well, if you haven't caught on by now, the Chinese word for fish is yu, which sounds the same as the Chinese word for surplus, yu. They have the same tone marks and everything. Chinese people will eat fish at the end of the year because having surplus at the end of the year signifies the ability to make more in the coming year. There's a Chinese phrase that says 年年有余. It means to have surplus every year, which is why Chinese people eat fish every year. Anyways, when golden brown, you can take the yu out of the wok with a strainer and set the yu aside. We will then put the tofu with shui into the wok to cook and add some yan for taste as well. We'll let the shui boil for a few minutes and then return the tofu into its bowl. Now, we will finish our dish by making our sauce. We'll start by adding cooking oil to the wok with the douban jiang. We'll add the qingcong, jiang, and swan that we had cut up earlier to the wok as well. We will be using jitang as the base of our sauce. Once the broth has a nice red color to it, we can add some jiangyou, tianmianjiang, and tang. We will let our yu sit in the stew for 10分钟 while continuing to spoon the stew over the top of the yu. After 10分钟, we can take our yu out of the stew with all of the qingcong, jiang, and swan on top of it and put it on our final plate. Next, we will strain the shui from our tofu and add it to the stew to brew for 3分钟. After 3分钟, we will add a 柚米淀粉 and shui mixture to thicken up the sauce. When satisfied with the thickness, we will pour it all over our yu. You 觉得我的鱼怎么样？
我喜欢。